Hey everybody, this is Jared Akers from How to Be Happy, Happiness for the Practical Mind at jaredakers.com. That's Jared, A-K-E-R-S.com. Yesterday I was talking about emotional blind spots, and I touched a little bit on about my father, who many of you know probably. He passed away suddenly last year. He was diagnosed on the 26th of June with terminal lung cancer, and I remember sitting in the little waiting room after the doctor, where the doctor comes out and tells you the diagnosis, and he said they found a lymph node, and they're pretty, it was cancer, it had metastasized, probably started in his lungs, and then it was terminal, and so we were all very aware that that it wasn't good. No one ever talked about time, though no one's ever said a specific time, but I remember the doctor did say, we can just pray mercy or just pray that God has mercy and he doesn't have to suffer. And so over the next several days, we were kind of getting used to him being sick, and I talked to him on the phone every day because they live about an hour away, and we were kind of getting used to the idea of what was gonna happen and everything. And like I said, I got to talk to him, and on the 5th of July, I actually went home and got to spend the day with him, and he was his same self. He was a simple man, and he seemed in a good mood and everything. And then we went home, and the next day my sister was up there, and we got a call, and Mom said that they said that he'd passed away, and in my mom's arms, actually, on their kitchen floor, and we're pretty sure it was a pulmonary embolism. I mean, we don't know exactly what killed him. Cancer killed him, obviously, but it was probably a blood clot and a pulmonary embolism. But I was thinking about growing up. I was a kid that had to take everything apart, right? I had to know how everything works, because if I knew how it worked, I could understand it. Later on in my life, that masqueraded as ambition, because when I got a job, man, I had to do everything in that it entailed. Like when I was in the restaurant business, I was a server, a bartender, a restaurant manager, or a bar manager, regular, a manager, a cook. I worked in the dish room. I was a corporate trainer. I did, and I really liked to know how everything worked. And I realize now that it was basically because I didn't want to ask for help. I didn't want to depend on anyone else. What's really weird is when you wear a pinstripe on video. Isn't that weird? It kind of, it's kind of an illusion or something, and it's just odd. Something probably to do with the pixelation or the horizontal, or the, I don't know. See, there I am again. I want to know how things work. Doesn't matter. I talk, it records, you get to see it. But when my dad passed away, I really didn't need to know why he died. It didn't really matter, and whether or not, he was going to someplace better, didn't really matter. I accept the fact that he's not here anymore, and I still feel his presence in a way, and I talk to him all the time, and people often get confused that if I accept something, that means I have to like it, and accepting something and liking something is not the same thing. I can accept something, but I don't have to like it, and and I'm lucky that I started on this journey of spiritual awareness and, my concept of God and all those things several years ago, and self-awareness, being connected emotionally to myself, and got to understand my dad and his love language, and more about him, and get as close to him as I think I was probably going to get, or at least as far as I needed to at this point in time, and before he passed away. So I'm very grateful for that, and grateful for the time that we did get to spend with each other, and a lot of people don't even have that. So anyway, that's just kind of what I was thinking about, and mainly acceptance, and that I don't have to like it. But if I accept it, that means that I recognize it as it is what it is, and now I can do something about it. I'm not a victim. So anyway, thanks for checking us out. Been Jared Akers with How to Be Happy, Happiness for the Practical Mind at jaredakers.com, Jared, A-K-E-R-S.com.